What's going on, everybody? It's the Bulls Show, aka Aiden, and welcome back to another video. Ladies and gentlemen, today we're going to be talking about the Chicago Bulls actually coming back in a fourth quarter and picking up a very big win against the Houston Rockets. Now, at the end of the day, this is the first time we can finally say the Bulls did not suck in the fourth quarter. Did you hear that right? I heard that right. The Bulls did not suck in the fourth quarter. And hooray, ladies and gentlemen, because we picked up a win nonetheless. We'll talk about this game between the Bulls and the Rockets in this video. Before we get started, please like and subscribe to the Bulls Show. Turn notifications on and let me know in the comments below your thoughts about the Chicago Bulls overall game today, your player of the game performer, your thoughts and opinions on how well the Chicago Bulls played. We won this game 119 to 111, and you have to have some sort of sympathy towards the Houston Rockets. Again, they're a young, upcoming team trying to battle, trying to compete in these games, and they've had the same song and dance before, but they did crumble in the fourth quarter. Yes, we applied pressure and that forced them to crumble, but the turnovers they committed, the bad shots that they took in the fourth quarter, again, it kind of felt like that was a tanking team that we just played there, ladies and gentlemen. But I guess I'm not going to discredit Houston as a bad team from this. Yes, they're the worst record in the West. Of course, it would have been very, very upsetting to go to being the best team in the West to losing to the worst team in the West, but that's the Bulls season. That's how it's been pretty much the whole time. But they did play a good game, Houston, and I will give them that respect. They caused a lot of problems, and I think we only took the lead at one stage in the fourth quarter. We really took the lead late and never looked back, but they had the lead the whole game. So again, Houston played some good basketball, and the Bulls did not play some good basketball in this game, especially from our bench, and I'll talk about that a little bit later. But again, at this point, any win is a good win for the Chicago Bulls. I know a lot of people have suggested that we should tank, but for those people that want to compete in the play-in tournament, and of course, we know the Bulls front office and the coaching staff, as well as these players, want to compete in the play-in tournament. They want to be in that competition to get a chance into the playoffs. You got to win these games. Bad games when it's not your night, or you're trailing to a team that's playing better than you, but you find a way to come back. You find a way to deliver when it matters the most. And the Bulls did that. And I can't say anything else outside of that. The Bulls were great in the fourth quarter. And they came back and they came back and they came back. And the comeback Bulls is actually back, ladies and gentlemen. This time we actually won the game while we came back. So we could talk about the comeback Bulls in a positive manner. But again, great performance, I guess, great win for the Chicago Bulls. But it wasn't all sunshines and rainbows. We obviously, again, forced a lot of turnovers, hit them in transition. This is the first time in a long time I've seen DeMar DeRozan and Zach LaVine really play like that together. Again, how many lobs did you see DeMar DeRozan throw to Zach LaVine? There was at least two in there that I remember. And they both had incredible games with each other. I thought the big three were okay in general, but there was a big negative towards this game, and that was the bench. The bench, in my opinion, sucked today. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. The bench, most of this bench sucked today. I think outside of Andre Drummond, everybody else on that bench really sucked and did not deliver the performances that we expected out of them. Kobe White had 0 points in this game and only 3 assists, only took 2 shots. That's not something you expect from Kobe White, or he took 3 shots, my apologies. Patrick Williams, only 3 shots and 3 points. That's not good enough from Patrick Williams, and we already know that. Ayo Dosunmu, 3 points, only took, how many shots did he take? 2 shots today. That's not good enough. I'm sorry. The bench today was just simply not good enough for the Chicago Bulls. And if we had a solid bench production, we probably would have seen, I guess, this Bulls team probably win by more, first and foremost. Maybe crack into that 130 range. That is always going to be good for the Chicago Bulls. You don't normally lose when you're in the 130 range. And we just want to be talking about how this was so close to us, I guess, this game getting away from us. We wouldn't be talking about that because it probably would have been the Bulls in the lead for most of this game. But they didn't deliver. And Houston's bench did deliver. So that was the big difference in the game as well. As much as our starters played very, very well today, Houston's bench played well. And therefore, again, that could have been a serious problem for the Chicago Bulls. Now, as per usual, I do want to take a look at the offensive rebounding because that's always been a problem for the Bulls. We had 13 offensive rebounds and Houston only had 6 offensive rebounds. So we actually did beat a team in the offensive rebounding department. Great job for the Bulls. Again, something that you always got to look at every now and then just to see how things are going. Now let's move into those individual performances. I'm only going to really talk about one bench player and the starters. I'm not going to mention everybody else because I kind of already just did. And to be honest, they're just extremely disappointing. I don't know how I'm going to pick a must improve because there's 3 players there that are clearly the obvious choices and they all play bad. So yeah, we'll wait and see. Starting off with DeMar DeRozan, who had 27 points, 7 rebounds, and 5 assists with 1 steal and 2 blocks. 8 from 21, 9 from 21 from the field, 2 from 2 from the 3-point line. DeMar DeRozan was excellent today. I don't think there's any way to really put it. Great connection with Zach LaVine, made some big shots, got into those situations where he made some big plays for us in the 4th quarter, which again, you do kind of expect from DeMar DeRozan every now and then, and played some solid defense as well. No one can complain he played no defense in this game. He most definitely did. And therefore, great game for DeMar DeRozan. Really enjoyed it. Alex Caruso, 5 points, 2 rebounds with 3 steals and 2 blocks. Alex Caruso really came alive in the second half. In the first half, I've got to be honest, I didn't notice him that much. 0 points up until the 3rd quarter, just simply not really there on the offensive side of things, but defensively he's always there. He will always be there. It looked like he did get hurt at one stage with obviously stepping on the cameraman's foot. Hopefully that leads to nothing serious. We can't afford anybody to be out for this Bulls team at this point in time. All hands on deck. You gotta just push through these things and try to get a playing spot. That's what the Bulls want. If they want that, then that's what they have to do. They have to fight through the pain that they may feel. Hopefully that leads to nothing serious for Alex Caruso. Nikola Vucevic, 18 points, 12 rebounds, and 6 assists with 1 steal on the night. Not too shabby from Nikola Vucevic as well. Again, love to see when he's rebounding the ball well. I normally expect, and look, this is very, very critical to say because it could be seen as harsh. I always expect double-digit rebounds from Nikola Vucevic. Even if he gets to 9 rebounds and he's just that 1 rebound away, in my opinion, to me, that's dropping off his standards. And we always see Vucevic get around 12, 15 rebounds a game. I think he averages around 11. So again, it's kind of what I expect in that department, but he played a very much an improved offensive game as well compared to some of his other games. 2 games in a row, 25 points, 18 points. Not too shabby from Nikola Vucevic, and hopefully we don't really see that big drop-off that we saw 2 weeks ago happen again, because I really think when he played bad, that's when we started to lose the majority of the games that we lost throughout the course of the last, I guess, the post-All-Star break. It's usually when he's not playing at his best. We'll move on. Zach LaVine, 36 points, 8 rebounds, and 5 assists with 1 steal on the night. 14 from 26 from the field and 3 from 8 from the 3-point line. There was at one point in this game when I felt like Zach LaVine had to do everything because there was, no bench production from this team. Andre Drummond was the only real productive player that came out of our bench today. So outside of that, it really felt like there were certain moments in this game Zach LaVine had to take every shot. Zach LaVine had to drive to the basket constantly. Even if Zach LaVine's taking a bad shot, for example, there was at one point where he was driving on 3 people and I think he missed the layup, but he got his own rebound and put the layup back up because no one was helping him. I know a lot of people will say because it's isolation and hero ball when Zach LaVine doesn't pass. Look at the stats don't lie. Both DeMar DeRozan and Zach LaVine passed the ball today. Vucevic passed the ball today. But there's just no one on that bench. Some of our starters as well didn't help out as much as we needed them to. And therefore, it just led to Zach LaVine having to take every shot, dropping 36 points to win this game. And that's the balancing act we've got to figure out. Some games, Zach LaVine will have to drop 40 points. But other games, Zach LaVine will only need to drop 15 points because everybody else is stepping up to the plate. It just depends on the night, and Zach LaVine delivered what he needed to deliver in this game. And the next person did the same. Patrick Beverley, 16 points and 10 rebounds with 5 assists and 1 block on a night. A 16 points double-double from Patrick Beverley. The Patrick Beverley effect, it's back. That's a crazy stat line for Patrick Beverley. I know he's been in and around the league for a long, long time, but that is one of his best games I think I've ever seen from him. Again, it was really that good. Again, he made 4 from 5 from the 3-point line. He was shooting them like again, I don't want to be, I guess, disrespectful towards Patrick Beverley, but I guess we've seen games where he's not been aggressive. We have seen games where he doesn't shoot, and he does like to pass the ball a bit too much. Again, I do resemble his offensive game with Alex Caruso's. They're both good on their day when they really want to attack the basket or they really want to show their offensive firepower, but they don't do it enough. That's how I feel towards Patrick Beverley as well. But that is a great game. And a well-needed game. And I loved every bit of the passion that he showed in this game. Blocking shots, again, talking to the crowd, stuff like that. This was his former home in the Houston Rockets as well. So he does have a lot of memories there. So, again, love the game from Patrick Beverley. And, again, I'd love to see more games like that. But I know it's going to come few and far between for him. So it is what it is. And, again, I'm just going to mention Andre Drummond. 11 points and 5 rebounds with 1 steal on the night. Again, great game from Andre Drummond, 4 from 4 from the field, 100%. And again, Houston played smaller. And when you play small, guys like Andre Drummond will have great games. It's as simple as that. Yes, Vucevic probably had, I guess, the more difficult matchup compared to Andre Drummond. But once, I guess, both centers went to the bench, Vucevic as well, Andre Drummond comes in and plays against a smaller lineup and he dominates. I mean, I think that's part of him having a great game today. And he definitely played it very, very aggressive as well. And he made his free throws. Very, very nice stuff to see. But yeah, outside of that, bench was extremely disappointing. And for the first time ever, I think I'm going to put the entire bench as the must improve. Now, of course, you can exclude Andre Drummond if you like. But I can't choose. I genuinely cannot choose who should get the must improve out of those 3 players. So I'm going to pick them all. They all need to improve. It is a must-improve category. The rules doesn't necessarily say I have to pick one, so I'm picking all 3 of them. They all need to improve in my opinion. My player of the game would continue to be Zach LaVine. Again, another great game from Zach LaVine, almost a 40-point performance. Shout out to Patrick Beverley, shout out to Vucevic, and shout out to DeMar for all having magnificent games this time out. But we needed Zach LaVine to be in this mode today. We needed the Zach attack that we saw today. And his shots are coming at a much more high IQ rate than we normally see from him, which is excellent to see. And again, from the post-All-Star break until now, he's been absolutely dominant and he has been our best player. He has been our number 1 option and he's delivering constantly for the Chicago Bulls as we speak. And I'd love to see it continue and long hope it does continue. I think our Bulls record is 31 and 36. Again, I don't even bother really speaking about the Chicago Bulls record anymore just because, to me, I don't see a way out of being below 500. Unless we go on a massive win streak, I see us being below 500. So at that point, to me, it doesn't necessarily matter how below 500 we are, as long as we make a play-in spot. Again, the Bulls have made it clear that's where they want to go. Well, then, again, they're going to have to deliver on that. The next game is not going to be easy. Is going to be against another Western Conference team, and it's going to be against the Sacramento Kings. Last time we versed Sacramento, it was a very close and competitive game, but Sacramento had the 2nd best offense in the league. I'm not necessarily sure what their offense is looking like now, but they're still one of the best teams in the Western Conference. So I'm going to make an assumption and say they're doing pretty well for themselves. So yeah, going to be a very, very tough game this time out. It's in Chicago. Hopefully that will go in our favor. And look, if there is any confidence in this team, we did beat the best Western Conference team. We just beat the worst Western Conference team. So maybe there's a balancing act there. Maybe we can beat Sacramento, who's up there as one of the best Western Conference teams. I'd love to obviously do that. Easier said than done, of course. And you know the Bulls can always disappoint at any given time. So I wouldn't hold my breath. But that's a big game for the Chicago Bulls. And that is a long way away. So we got a lot of break. We got a lot of rest. Great to see. I believe we have a back-to-back next week. So we'll talk all about that in the Bulls Weekly, I guess. Thank you guys for watching. Please like and subscribe if you're new. And I'll see you in the next Chicago Bulls video. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay tuned for more. Take care and peace.